Hey everyone, this is a video to show off my new pair of Bespokes, my second pair of Bespokes, which I've dubbed the Mango Safaris. Very important, first of all, if you're not into long boring videos about the intricate details of sneakers and me talking about the story behind these, then this is going to be very boring for you. Even if you are into long boring videos, if you haven't got the time right now, save the link, watch it at bedtime and my voice can send you off to sleep. So, second pair of Bespokes, like the other ones, they're double boxed, but whereas with the other ones I had a nice bit of calligraphy on the outside box with my name on, this one I don't, and that's indicative of something I just want to talk about quickly, which is that the London Bespoke studio at 1948 in East London has closed down. It's no longer, you can't do Bespokes in London anymore. And Jess, who used to do all the calligraphy, she'd already left by the time I got mine through. So Sam and Jess, if you ever watch this, just want to wish you all the best. Say it was a pleasure working with you. You guys were fantastic. I'm really sorry that it's closed. I think it's a real shame the London studio's closed. It used to be you could only do them at London and New York. Those are the only two places in the world. Now it's Shanghai and New York because they've opened Shanghai but closed London. So yeah, that's a real shame. Anyway. Let's have a look. These took me a really long time to get through, but let's talk about what you've got first and then I'll talk about the process. So in here you get your black box. They've slightly changed the labels and things on the back. You've got all this gold writing now. This label's still the same. It's got all the personal details to me. Inside the box you have your swatches for your fabrics, which you pick up when you do your design appointment. Extra set of laces, little hang tag, the shoes themselves in suede dust bags, and then you've got your paperwork and your little kind of sketch and stuff. So, I'll show you the sketch first. Because for a very, like I say, for a very long time for me, because it took 8 months to get these, the sketch is all you have. And then there's some other little thank you cards and things in there. It's not colour like the last one, it's all written. But again, I say, you know, Jess has left now, but all this calligraphy was stuff that she was fantastic at. So that's a real shame that the studio's closed down. So you're going to see right away where the inspiration for these came from. It's come from Air Safaris, other Safari themed Air Max 1s over the years. Basically anything that was kind of Safari based I used as the basis for these. That wasn't my first idea for these. So currently, as I'm recording this video, it's October 2018. I originally went for an initial appointment back in January of this year, and at that time I thought I was going to do a pair of sneakers based on an Egyptian goose, which is a type of goose that I saw in a park, and I thought the colours would make a really good layout on a shoe. So I started designing around that, and then I realised that what I was actually doing was I was designing basically a pair of Bespokes that looked very similar to a lot of other Bespokes I've seen. The Egyptian goose colours, if you look one up, just have a look on Google Images. But you know, there's lots of tans and kind of earth tony things, and you see that a lot in Bespokes. I think it's because it's a premium service. People want to use premium materials. And what you end up with is a lot of those kind of nice leathers, suedes, nubucks, you know, animal skin type things. A lot of them, you know, because they're premium, they look good in brown or tan or things like that. And then to go with that, you want like olivey greens or earth tones or sort of cream type colours and things. So you see a lot of Bespokes that look like that, sort of brown, tan, or earth tones. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's lovely. It's really very nice. And that's what I was basically designing with the Egyptian goose theme. But I realised that had been done, and I didn't want to just do something that had been done before. So about 2 days before my actual design appointment, I had to basically go back to basics and go, okay, right, what do I actually like about the materials I'm working with? And really, when I was honest with myself, it came down to these two colours, which is the Wild Mango and the Storm Pink, both Playmaker leather. They're not available in any other materials except corduroy, and I didn't really want to use corduroy. It's a bit of a Sean Wotherspoony type of thing. So, so these were kind of the things that I took away because actually this is what I really like. So I wanted to do a full Safari mudguard on my first pair of Bespokes, and I kind of chickened out. This is my first pair, the workman's glove pair, and in the end I only had it here and here on these, and I thought, okay, right, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go in full Safari, whole mudguard in Safari, and I'm basically going to do my take on a Safari. So these are the Mango Safaris, and it's really built around the fact that this in particular is it's a lovely colour. It won't come out properly on this video, it won't come out properly in the photos, it never looks the same in a picture as it does in real life. It's a beautiful corally, pinky, orangey type of a colour, and and that was the basis for the whole thing. So you can see I've got a full Safari mudguard. The other kind of main thing to mention on these, well actually one thing I do want to mention is that since I designed these back in February, Size have done an exclusive kind of Air Max 1 Safari that came out that isn't a million miles from these. I mean, it's quite different, I guess, but I just want to say I designed these way before I ever saw a picture of the Size ones. I didn't know that Size were doing those. I didn't know that they were using some of those kind of similar-ish colours. Okay, so the other thing I kind of went in with, as well as the Safari idea, was just that as much as I loved my first Bespokes, they've got a premium suede mudguard, and that isn't ideal. They've also got nubuck on the quarters, not ideal in bad weather. So as much as I do wear these, because I firmly believe that, you know, Bespokes aren't just for keeping in the cupboard, you should wear them. Same with all sneakers really, but especially Bespokes because they're so well made, you'll get years of wear out of them. So I wanted to make something that I could wear in rainy days, wet days, where it didn't matter. So I've done pretty much everything leather, and there are bits and pieces that now I've got them in hand that I would change. I'll talk about that at the end. But okay, so you've got the Wild Mango Playmaker. We've got the big perforations here. I can't remember what size I went for. I think it was maybe 1.4 mil. This is the only bit with the Storm Pink Playmaker on because I wanted to keep it fairly subtle. Full Safari mudguard, 4 different swoosh colours. And then, like my other Bespokes, there's no black or white anywhere on these shoes, apart from in the Safari pattern where I don't get free choice, but everything's sort of grey or sail. So you can see the sole isn't white, that's sail, that's dark grey, and then the gums there. I think they had 3 different choices of gum colour. I just went with the one that I thought was most neutral, basically. There were some of them were kind of more orangey and not really to my taste, but I've got hang tag and lace de brays, which I know they stopped doing, but because I'd already done a pair that had them on, they let me have them, which was very nice. I think normally these are just for Air Force Ones. A spare pair of laces, a cream, well, sail is what they call it. Yeah, so let's go through some details then. So I guess one thing that's really worth mentioning on these is the embroidery. I've been allowed to have colours that no one else has had so far, because originally I wanted to use, I don't know if you can see on the tongue, I've got Wild Mango stitching and the Storm Pink stitching around the border, same on the heel as well. Well, there's no mango actually, there's just the Storm Pink there. Storm Pink for the swoosh. Again, that's one thing I would probably change if I went back and did these again. I'll explain why at the end. But originally I wanted to use this Wild Mango coloured Playmaker leather for the tongue label. I wanted to have it there, and I was going to stitch on it in sail and dark grey. And that was going to be like a normal tongue label, but similar to my last pair, floated down 5mm, which me and I think Leon Avery, the only other people that have done on their Bespokes at the moment, floated down 5mm, so you get a full square of sort of dotted line stitching around the outside. Unfortunately, when they did the test, when they were actually manufacturing them, the embroidery was sinking into this leather because it's quite soft. And I don't know if they've had the same problem with other colours of Playmaker or if it's unique to the Wild Mango, but because it was very soft, the embroidery was actually sinking in, and the letters were running together, and it looked very muddy, especially the Air Max. They didn't have the same problem on the heel because it's bigger. The actual lettering is bigger on the heel than it is on the tongue label, but on the tongue label they couldn't get clear separation between the letters. So I had to rethink it, and Jess and Sam asked me, did I want to stitch on the tongue? And I said, well, I'd love to stitch on the tongue, that's fine, but I would like to have these colours available. Is there any chance we can order thread in those colours? So they looked into it for me, and because it was kind of a delay and I was having to wait longer for my shoes, they basically said, yeah, okay, cool, we'll special order it in. I did have to wait a bit longer to get the thread in. So because of that, I then changed a few bits elsewhere. So the baseball stitching, I changed the colours on. The mini swoosh, I changed the colour on. And the heel tag. You can't really tell that the swoosh on the heel is in Storm Pink. It just looks like it's kind of sail as well. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it's on there. And same with the dotted line around there. Really, at first glance, it just looks like it's sail. It doesn't. It's quite subtle, but I'm still glad that I did it. So yeah. So even though I was stitching directly on, I still wanted to float the tongue label down 5mm still, so that we had the full square of stitching. So that's one of the details. Yeah, I said there's no black or white on there. The swoosh outlines, so it's Storm Pink on this side, Wild Mango on this side, but that isn't a lateral medial thing, it's a left and right thing. So if you look at both shoes from the right hand side, you can see the Wild Mango outline. If you look at both shoes from the left hand side, you can see the Storm Pink outline. The painted window ledge, I've done in dark grey. I would have loved to have been able to do that in a mango colour, but unfortunately there's no mango paint available. So dark grey it is. That's something I did in my others. I really liked it, and also I just kind of thought that it's easier to keep clean, because when I'm cleaning my sneakers, as all good sneakerheads should, clean them after you wear them. These window ledges on Nike Air Max or anything with visible air can be a bit tricky to actually get into and clean any dirt off. So by painting them dark grey, I think it makes the lighter airbag pop out more, and it also just keeps it easier to clean. I went for a sail airbag. Again, I would have loved to have done a mango coloured airbag, but they weren't available, or a Storm Pink one. But I just don't like dark airbags, so I didn't want to go for dark grey, because I've said in the last video from my other Bespokes, just don't really see the point in dark airbags. Might as well not bother having a window there at all. I've gone for an extra mini swoosh on the U-throat. I'm sure that a lot of people will probably think it's too many to have a mini swoosh and a little swoosh and that, and then the logo. But I like them. I think they look good, and I think my mini swoosh has come out kind of subtle enough that I can get away with it. That's my opinion anyway. So as with the tongue logos, obviously I've got them reversed on the left and right shoe. So one's got the lettering in mango, and one's got the lettering in sail, and then the swoosh in the other colour. And I've done the same on the heel, and same as with the other shoes. Let me turn them around. Same as with the other shoes. I've reversed it within the shoe, so you get the shoe that's got the sail lettering on the tongue doesn't have sail Nike on the heel, and the shoe that's got the sail Nike on the heel here doesn't have sail Nike on the tongue. Got different coloured eyelets on the medial it's dark grey, on the lateral it's sail, and then my custom embroidery on the other Bespokes, my workman's glove ones. I love having it there. That's my first daughter's birthday. I love having it there, but it is a little bit on show, a little bit kind of clumsy. So I wanted to do it more subtle with these ones. And so what I did was I've done it on the sides of the tongue. So let's see if you can see that there. But basically I've got some lettering there on the inside edge of the tongue, because and then my second daughter's date of birth there. What I tend to find is, like a lot of people, when I'm wearing sneakers, the tongues kind of go to one side, they go crooked, crooked tongues, RIP. So I thought, and for me, that's usually they go that way. That's normally the way they go when I'm wearing them. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So I thought I'd do it that way, it shows more. If it goes crooked, then that shows off that kind of thing. On the inside, oh yeah, hang on. Let's see about the soles first. So I went for gum, dark grey, sail, gum. Like I say, they had a few different gum colours. That's just the most neutral one. Same on both shoes. I didn't do anything different with the outsole. As with the first pair, you get the nice wooden shoe trees. And I've done some stitching on the insoles again. It's dark grey and sail this time. And then the lettering in reverse colours. What you'll also see, and what was actually a little bit of a surprise to me, is the back of the tongues are in different colours. So this is dark grey. I've got the tongue binding in sail, and then this is sail. Now I don't remember doing that. I'm not saying I didn't do it, but I don't remember doing that in my design appointment. But now it's here, I actually quite like it, and it's a nice little surprise. So whether I did or I didn't, you know, whether I just simply forgot that I asked for it or whether I never asked for it, I'm happy with that. I think it is good. Then, oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention actually that as well as the big perforations here, there's tons of micro perfing on here. So the heel section, that's all micro perforated. This collar, sail leather collar is micro perforated. The quarters are all micro perforated as well, although it's much harder to tell because it's dark grey. These aren't the areas around there, and obviously the safari print isn't because it's just not worth it, because it's safari print, you wouldn't really be able to tell. The U throat as well, I don't know if I mentioned that, that's micro perforated. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with them. There are some things I would have done differently. The tongue is canvas, dark grey canvas, and actually I think it's come out nice enough that I probably would have done the quarters in dark grey canvas as well, because I know I said I wanted it to be wearable in bad weather and things, but actually the quarters don't really take too much of a battering from the elements, so it's not like a mud guard or something. So yeah, I would have probably done the quarters in dark grey canvas. The stitching around here, around the dark grey eyelets, I probably would have done sail now I think about it, rather than dark grey, but I didn't really think about it at the time. The eyelets down here, and I know eyelets aren't to everybody's taste anyway, but originally I had a solar red one there, and the reason I went for solar red, even though there's no other solar red on the shoe, is because actually in the studio when I was holding the solar red eyelet, and this is the nice thing about Bespoke, is you get to hold it in your hand and see it in the flesh. The solar red eyelet wasn't really very solar red, it was actually a very corally colour, and it wasn't an exact match to either the mango or the storm pink, but it was very close and it tied in with them quite nicely. So I went with a solar red eyelet there. When it came down to it, it turns out the one they had in the studio was a bit of a freak one, and actually the ones they had at the factory were different. So they said it just doesn't really look right. Sent me a picture and I agreed, so I changed it to sail on both sides. In flesh, I don't think it pops out enough from the other eyelets, so I'd have a think and do something different there. Maybe do these ones dark grey rather than wolf grey, so that there's more of a contrast. And then the mini swoosh colour, I chose storm pink because I thought this eyelet was going to be, like I say, solar red, so it was going to be more corally and match the mango colour more closely. So I did that storm pink. What I didn't think about, and it was probably too late by that point, but when they told me that this solar red eyelet didn't match, I should probably have seen if I could have changed that to wild mango stitching, given that I had the mango thread available. They might have said no, it might have been too late, but I should have maybe have asked the question. And if I was doing them again, I think that's what I would do, is have the mango there. Other things, like I said, I would have loved to have painted the window ledge in mango, but there's no mango coloured paint available. And one thing that I did think of before my design appointment, and then completely forgot to do at the design appointment, and completely thereafter, was the perf pattern here is just going in straight lines, and actually you can, if you ask, have it diagonal, and I think it just looks a bit nicer diagonal, so I would have done that diagonal if I'd remembered. I didn't remember, but that's on me, that's nobody's fault. It's just one of those things, I forgot that you can have it diagonal if you want. So, but it looks fine as it is. I'm not, like I say, I'm really happy with these, even more so than the first pair. I think they're going to get loads of wear. I'm certainly intending to kind of, I'm not just going to be keeping these in the box and never wearing them. I designed a pair that I wanted to be able to wear as often as possible, inspired by safaris, but with my kind of take on it and making loads of good use of this colour. So I think I've done a pretty good job there. I'm pretty happy with how they've turned out. So yeah, that's my Mango Safaris. Thank you very much for watching and listening to me waffle on and drone on about a pair of shoes. Thanks guys.